How you doing out there, guys? This is Brian Collier with 50 Shades of Collier. I just did my first podcast yesterday and thought it went pretty well. I got to where I rambled a little bit or whatever, trying to figure out exactly what to say. It's been the first episode. I just kind of did a background on me and what 50 Shades of Collier kind of come from. Kind of what my plan is for the show. The 50 Shades of Collier. You know, that's an indication of kind of what it's going to be. Um, I'm a husband, I'm a father, big Tennessee Volunteers fan, St. Louis Cardinal fan. I tell you that I'm an average guy, but I think I have a good knowledge of, how to be a good husband, how to be a good father. So those are all topics that, I definitely want to cover. Um, things along those lines. But I also want to, cover. I'm just like the 1%, well, probably more like the 85% that wants to be the 1%. Um, I try really hard to make the right decisions to get my family and their future to be secure. But I've always traded my time for money, and I had a job making pretty good money just a little while, I don't know, 6, 7 months ago, and I quit it because I thought I was getting a better opportunity, more control over my time. It was still another trading my time for money, but I was getting more control of my day and the potential to make more money. And again, not even 6 weeks after I left a good paying job, the guy told me he didn't have enough money to continue to pay me. He was a new franchise owner. So you can guess the kind of situation that put me in. I mean, I really wanted to whoop his ass. I'm gonna just be honest with you. But I mean, what's that gonna solve? But boy, I tell you, I really wanted to because here I am, been married. This June will be 20 years, and here we are. Kind of back to what we was in the early days. Struggling. Um, I mean, I'm like anybody. I mean, most of the people. You try hard to save, but um, you just don't save enough. So it didn't really have a whole lot for the rainy day, so to speak. So I'd always had uh, the desire to make it online and live life on my own terms, and I'd touch base with it, and then I would leave it. Um, but I've always had the dream and always had the mindset to I want to be something more. I want to quit trading my time. I don't want to be 65 years old working at a factory. No offense to anybody who does it. It's just, and then all of a sudden the factory, boom, you're gone, or retirement's not there, or, just what, I don't, whatever. We get one shot at this to our knowledge. We get one life, one shot. And I want to spend more time with my wife, more time with my kids. I want to help as many people as I can, get up off the couch, quit trading the time for money, and and create the life that they can think they can only imagine. But imagine it's great, but you got to actually take action to do so. So, I was pretty upset. Because throughout my life I've always had these ideas, and like I said, I would touch base with them, but I would kind of leave them. Then I'd go back to what I know best, the security. Um, again, trade time for money. That's the kind of way I was raised. It's the way most of us are raised. And but anyway, this kind of opened my eyes and said, what, this just isn't working. This was my opportunity. And but for so long, with all these setbacks that I've continued to have, and always leaving it and quitting and going back, I started digging deep, doing some research into Gary Vee and Jay Shetty, Tony Robbins, of course, Onyx Segal, Tom Bellew, I think that's how you say his name. Anyway, that Impact Theory was just a fantastic show. It just kind of opens my eyes up that there's so many people that are changing lives, but yet there's still a small percentage of people who actually do it. But they're normal people. They're not superhuman. And I'm like, man, I can do this too. And so the first thing that seemed to be in my way was my mindset, playing the victim. And just not, oh gosh, the world owes me something. It's time I catch a break. And it's time for things to start happening for us. We deserve it. But I've always been good at being thankful and grateful for health. To our knowledge, all of our children are healthy. I'm healthy. My wife's healthy. We very rarely get sick. We're close. I mean, I love my wife. I mean, absolutely in love with my wife, and she's in love with me. And man, you can't beat that. I've known my wife for 32 years. I mean, um, we were girlfriend and boyfriend in 5th grade, 7th grade. I mean, that whole love story, I feel like ours is the best. We've raised 3, I'm biased, of course, but I mean, they're good children. Uh, I tell you all that because that part of my life I love, but what I've always been missing was the financial part. I mean, we've been okay, and we've not ever wanted for anything or anything like that. Well, I say that we've had our issues where we've struggled, but I'm saying we've always had each other. And there's been times that I have had a car repossessed. It was a bad car. The motor was kind of shot in, and I paid $13,000 at the time for a Dodge, and it was just crappy. I had to let it go back. I mean, couldn't afford to pay for it. I mean, and then fix it too. So I tell you these backgrounds because I want you to know that I am a normal person like you. I mean, those struggles are real. But I started changing my mindset, and I really believe that you change your mindset, you can change your life. And those negative things that you think and playing the victim and doing all this blame, and it's not going to get you but anything but the same position that you're in now, or probably worse, it's going to get you in a bigger rut. And in Mississippi, man, those ruts can get very, very big. And of course, that's where I'm from. And man, it seems like the more you try, the more the negative you are, the more you blame, and the more you hope and pray and hope things are different. Man, there's nobody coming. There's nobody coming to save you. There's nobody. It's you. You got to look in the mirror. You got to own your circumstances. Let me tell you something. I've been there where, like I said, we've had our struggles where we were trying to figure out which bill we were going to pay. Something was going to have to be turned off, and what was we going to do? And we always found a way out of it. But the point I'm making is, all of us, most of us, unless we were born, and people are born into different circumstances. There's people out there that have it much tougher than me. There's people that have, tougher than the next guy. I don't doubt all those things. But one thing we all have in common is we are the creator of our future. And that's what you've got to tell yourself. You have got to look in the mirror, and you have got to say, hey, the circumstances that's going on in my life right now, the situation that I'm in, it's me. It's my fault. Every decision that I've ever made for my family has been with great intent. It's to better them. And just like this last one, the most recent one that I made, it was to better them. It wasn't to put us in a struggling situation, but that's where I found myself. And since I've always blamed and said, "Oh my gosh, it just won't happen for me," all that bullshit, I said, I need to take a step back and figure this out. This is my opportunity that I can, make progress and have the life that I finally want. And so that's what I began to do. I started to, get control of my attitude and start using negative comments about, like my dad. Man, I don't have a great relationship with my dad, and he's always thought that I'm not going to be a damn thing without him. And I just start taking all those things, you're not going to be anything, or you're not real, all those things like that, and I start bottling them up, and I just use them as extra motivation, as extra fuel. When I make posts on Instagram, and which, by the way, you can find me at 50 Shades of Collier on Instagram, as well as 50 Shades of Collier on YouTube. And then my Facebook page is, Bryant Collier, or, Collier Company, 50 Shades of Collier, all that sort of thing. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. But anyway, when it's all said and done, you have to figure it out. You have to, own your own mistakes and own your own decisions. But you got to make them. You have to do the research. You got to make a decision. But then you got to own it. You've got to own the decision, and that's the bottom line. You are the reason that you're in the situation, no matter what your intent is, and it's up to you to dig yourself out. So, anyway, I'm kind of rambling, but the whole point is I want to start this. I'm going to do several different kinds of videos. I'm going to do funny videos. I believe laughing, humor is medicine for the soul. We all need to laugh. So now I'm going to do some videos like that sort of thing, and I'm going to do the podcast. We're going to talk about many different topics, but one thing that's going to stay consistent for the most part is I'm going to give you updates on my journey. I want us to get in this journey together. All the people that are struggling. Look, there's Gary V's, the Tom Blues, or whatever, and then you got the Tony Robbins, and all those sorts of people that are just fantastic people to follow. Give a lot of free content, and more, you should definitely listen to most of the stuff that that they say. I believe is gold. Of course, you need to do your own research, your own learning. Read Google's. Oh gosh, Google's got tons of content, but do your own research. Figure it out. I do believe that the social media is definitely the way to go to really get your brand out there. Well, that's my goal. I want to help as many people as I can, and this is how I can help you. I'm the normal person. I'm just like you. I have not made it. I'm not a multimillionaire yet, but I am trying. I've got my email marketing off the ground. I've got affiliate marketing. That's kind of what I'm doing. That's kind of the go-to. I feel the quickest turnaround to make money. And it's not all about money, but I do need money coming in to kind of help fund all these other things. And but my whole goal is I want to grow my brand, the Collier Company, 50 Shades of Collier. And I want to, I do daily Instagram motivational things because I need motivation myself. But if I can touch, one person, it's a success. Obviously, I'm not satisfied with that. I want to help as many people as I can. But what you see is what you get. I'm not going to fake it till I make it sort of thing. You're never going to see any pictures of me in front of a mansion or fancy car until I do have one. Then I will show you that as that's an update. But right now, I just want you to get on this journey with me, and I'm going to update and let you know what works, what don't work, how it's going for me, what my success is. And I want to prove that someone that's in the same situation as you right now, that you can make it. And I'm going to prove that. And the reason I'm going to prove that is because here's what. I'm never going back. I may trade my time for money while I'm funding this, but I'll never go back to that fully. And I'll never give up on this. Remember, winning is a choice, but unfortunately so is quitting. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have, mistakes. That's how we learn, okay? But with every mistake or setback, just know there's an opportunity around the corner. There's an opportunity in it, and success is around the corner. You can't have success without failure, okay? Failure equals success. So get on this journey with me, okay? Subscribe to my channel and watch it grow. I don't have all the tools and the skills needed maybe to be perfect. I'm doing this on my phone. I do my podcast on my phone. But here's the thing. You start with what you got today, okay? And know that your skills and your tools will get better as you go along. That's one thing I've learned. The biggest decision is make the decision today, to take control of your life, to take control of your mind. Now, that's going to be a work in progress, but you got to make a decision today that you're going to live your life. You're going to start making goals. You're going to start doing daily action. And, no matter if it's something small, you got to be taking daily action going towards your goals every day. You don't sit here and wait till when the money gets here or when the time is perfect. If you wait till the time is perfect, it'll never be perfect. It'll never be. So make the decision today, okay? And if you don't have the money, you'll figure out how to get the money. Stop saying I can't afford this and start figuring out how you can afford this. It starts right here. Change it. Get on board with me. 50 Shades of Collier. I'm Brian Collier. It's nice to meet all of you. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun ride. It's going to be worth your time because you're going to get valuable information. One more thing before I go. I do affiliate marketing stuff and email, marketing type things. But here's the thing. I'm not doing this just for the money. Sure, I need the money and I want the money, but it's not just for the money. The point is, I'm never going to sell out to sell you something. Any kind of offer that you ever get from me, it's going to be something that I use personally myself, or I have put a lot of time and research in. Now, like anything else, it may not work as good for you as it does for me or anything else, but it's going to be a solid product. It's going to be a quality product. I'm never going to just shit on you and misguide you for money. But having said that, if you sign up for my email list, which that'll be fantastic. I have my link in my bio on Instagram, 50 Shades of Collier, if you're interested in getting on that. But when you sign up for it, you're going to continue to get great, valuable content with no obligations. Okay, and that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm trying to give you, massive content, a lot of valuable content, all based on things I'm learning, trial and error that I'm going to be putting through, that I'm going to be doing. But anyway, if you like it and it's something you want to do, subscribe to me. And again, just be on the lookout for. I'm not sure how many, how many I'm going to do right now. I know I'm going to do weekly, 2 or 3 a week, and I may scale it up from there. But some of it's just going to be funny stuff as well. Just, hey man, you got to laugh, and that's the thing. If you get so serious with yourself and you start screwing up, just laugh at yourself, man. You're going to get negativity coming in in your head. But let it go in this ear and out the other ear. Whatever you do, make a decision today to change your life. Okay, change your mindset, change your life. Take massive action. Okay, and I'll see you soon. Okay, 50 Shades of Collier on Instagram, 50 Shades of Collier on YouTube. Subscribe if you like. I really think this will be a fun journey. Give me a chance. And again, I did start a podcast. It's 50 Shades of Collier podcast. I just had my first one. Bear with it. It's about 43 minutes long. I'm probably going to do about 3 a week. Probably going to do about 20 minutes each time. And you feel free to email me at gbcollier24@gmail.com. You can email me any topics or any things you want to ask or discuss on the podcast. We'll do that. YouTube, whatever. Things you disagree on, whatever. It doesn't matter. I want to include you, in my journey as much as possible. But anyway, I appreciate you for listening. Y'all have a great day, and hey, that's my 2 cents.